The secret of Skinwalker Ranch, history's most documented site. Radiation spikes, subsurface anomalies, and aerial phenomena, all captured on camera by scientists investigating Utah's strangest property. In the high desert basin of northeastern Utah, surrounded by the Uinta Mountains and miles from any major population center, sits a property that has become the subject of the most extensively documented paranormal investigation in television history. Skinwalker Ranch, a 512-acre property in the Uinta Basin, serves as the filming location and research site for The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, a History Channel series that began broadcasting in 2020 and continues producing new seasons as of 2026. What distinguishes this investigation from countless other paranormal programs is not its entertainment value, but rather the instrumental rigor it applies to a location already legendary for unexplained phenomena. The property itself carries decades of reported anomalous activity predating the current investigation. By the time the History Channel series begins documentation, Skinwalker Ranch already possesses a substantial investigative history, including a previous scientific study conducted by the National Institute for Discovery Science. The current investigation, however, represents something fundamentally different in approach and scope. Led by Brandon Fugel, the current owner of the property, the investigative team includes Dr. Travis Taylor, a physicist and aerospace engineer, Tom Winterton, the ranch superintendent, and Eric Erickson, the lead security specialist. Dragon's Domain Productions provides the production infrastructure that transforms scientific investigation into broadcast documentary. The series structure follows a season-by-season investigative methodology that allows evidence to accumulate across episodes and across years. This approach creates a documentary archive rather than a collection of isolated incident reports. Each season builds upon the instrumental baseline established in previous seasons, creating a longitudinal study of the property's anomalies. The first season, broadcast in 2020, focuses primarily on establishing this baseline. The team installs extensive monitoring equipment across the property, including radiation detectors, electromagnetic field sensors, ground-penetrating radar systems, and multiple camera arrays covering visual, infrared, and thermal spectrums. These instruments operate continuously, creating a constant surveillance net over specific areas of the ranch identified as anomalous zones. The baseline documentation immediately produces results that defy conventional explanation. The team captures aerial phenomena on multiple camera systems simultaneously, a crucial detail that distinguishes these recordings from single-witness accounts or single-camera footage vulnerable to misidentification. When an object appears in the thermal camera feed, it appears simultaneously in infrared and standard visual cameras positioned at different angles. This multispectral, multi-angle documentation creates a verification system that makes simple explanations like aircraft, drones, or atmospheric phenomena difficult to sustain. Season 2 escalates the investigation's stakes dramatically when the documentary evidence transitions from puzzling to dangerous. During specific experiments conducted in areas of the ranch previously identified as anomalous, multiple investigators experience radiation exposure events. The team members wear radiation dosimeters as standard safety protocol during their field operations. These devices record radiation dosage levels throughout the day, providing quantifiable data rather than subjective impressions. When dosimeters register readings above established safety thresholds, the affected investigators require medical evaluation. The radiation source remains unidentified. Standard radiation emitters present in natural environments or human technology do not account for the spike patterns documented. The events force the investigation team to implement stricter safety protocols and bring in radiation specialists to assess the danger. The medical evaluations themselves become part of the documentary record. Investigators sit in examination rooms while physicians review their exposure levels and assess potential health impacts. These scenes carry weight precisely because they document genuine concern rather than theatrical alarm. The physicians treating these cases have no investment in the ranch investigation or the television series. Their assessments reflect medical protocol applied to unexplained occupational exposure. Season 3 introduces subsurface anomalies that suggest the ranch's mysteries extend beneath ground level as well as above it. The team employs ground-penetrating radar technology to scan beneath the mesa, a prominent geological feature on the property that has been associated with concentrated anomalous activity. The radar returns reveal structured anomalies deep underground, formations that do not correspond to natural geological patterns. The shapes suggest deliberate construction or non-natural organization. The team brings in professional geologists and radar specialists to interpret the data. These outside experts, who have no previous connection to Skinwalker Ranch or its investigation, examine the radar returns with fresh analytical perspectives. Their responses range from professional puzzlement to open admission that the subsurface structures do not match known natural or human-created formations. Subsequent seasons continue this pattern of documented anomaly followed by expert consultation. Aerospace engineers examine aerial phenomena captured on the ranch's camera systems. Physicists analyze electromagnetic disturbances that interfere with electronic equipment in specific geographic zones of the property. The interference follows patterns that repeat across multiple experiments, suggesting structured rather than random electromagnetic activity. Equipment that functions normally in one location on the ranch fails consistently when moved to another specific location mere hundreds of feet away. When the equipment returns to the original position, functionality restores. The investigative methodology employed by the series creates deliberate provocations designed to trigger phenomena under controlled observation conditions. The team conducts rocket launches above the property to test whether aerial intrusions into the ranch airspace produce responses. They fly helicopters and drones at various altitudes. They direct high-powered lasers and radio frequency signals toward areas previously associated with anomalous activity. These experiments frequently produce documented results. Radiation spikes occur. Camera systems capture aerial phenomena appearing in response to the stimuli. Equipment experiences interference at specific moments during the experiments. The correlation between human action and anomalous response, documented across multiple seasons and multiple experiment types, creates a data pattern that simple coincidence struggles to explain. The series brings additional expert investigators to the property throughout its run. Each season introduces new specialists whose credentials and professional backgrounds are documented on screen. These visiting experts arrive with specific analytical tools matched to specific anomalies. When subsurface drilling operations produce unexpected results, geologists and drilling engineers assess the findings. When electromagnetic phenomena intensify, electrical engineers and physicists examine the instrumental data. The reactions of these outside specialists provide crucial credibility to the investigation. These are professionals whose reputations rest on accurate analysis, examining evidence they did not collect and phenomena they did not previously believe possible. Their willingness to state on camera that the documented evidence defies their conventional explanatory frameworks carries significant weight. The danger documented across the series extends beyond radiation exposure. Drilling operations conducted to investigate subsurface anomalies produce results the team treats as potentially hazardous. Equipment behaves unpredictably during specific experiments. Investigators experience physical symptoms in certain locations on the property. The series does not sensationalize these dangers, but documents them as occupational hazards of investigating a location whose properties remain fundamentally unexplained. As of 2026, the investigation continues without resolution. The series has not identified the source of the ranch's anomalies. It has not explained the radiation events, the subsurface structures, the aerial phenomena, or the electromagnetic disturbances. What it has accomplished is the creation of an extensive documentary archive capturing these events with instrumental precision across multiple years. The multi-camera, multispectral recording systems employed by the production create evidence, records richer than any previous investigation of the property. Whatever explanation eventually accounts for Skinwalker Ranch's phenomena, the History Channel series will stand as part of the documentary history of how humanity investigated them. The series has also achieved something the previous scientific investigation of the property, despite its greater academic rigor, did not accomplish. It has made the Skinwalker Ranch evidence record accessible to a mass audience while maintaining instrumental documentation standards. Millions of viewers have watched radiation dosimeters register dangerous exposure levels on screen. They have seen ground-penetrating radar returns showing subsurface anomalies. They have watched thermal, infrared, and visual cameras simultaneously capture aerial phenomena. The accessibility of this evidence transforms Skinwalker Ranch from a location known primarily through second-hand reports and rumors into a site whose documented anomalies can be examined directly. The ongoing nature of the investigation means the documentary record continues to expand. Each new season adds instrumental data to the archive. Each new experiment tests another hypothesis about the property's nature. The cumulative effect creates a body of evidence that, regardless of ultimate explanation, represents the most thoroughly documented study of a persistently anomalous location ever broadcast to a general audience. The cameras continue recording, the instruments continue monitoring, the phenomena continue manifesting, and the investigation continues documenting. If you found this case compelling, subscribe to Vanishing Roads for more documented paranormal investigations from around the world. This story was created with AI assistance based on documented case files. All events reference real investigations and reported incidents.